Heyo Aries, and how's it going? Welcome to your week of February 21st, 2022 tarot reading. Let's get into this and look at your energy coming into this week. We got the Page of Wands, the Five of Pentacles, and Temperance here. Alright, so right out of the gate, Temperance, that's Sagittarius' card, so you may have Sagittarius in your chart. If you do, let me know down below in the comments section. I always love to hear about that kind of stuff. It means you're coming in a pretty strong way here, so that's great. Starting off with that. Here with the Page of Wands, the Page of Wands really represents growth, represents sparks of creation, sparks of energy in you. So I feel like at this time you've got you're quite ambitious. I feel like you've got some ideas on the horizon here right now. Maybe even you're just having some fun, right? The Page of Wands is a young at heart person, so someone who lets their hair down as well. So maybe that's kind of something for you right now as well. With that Five of Pentacles, I feel like, especially with Temperance and the Page of Wands here, you're really focusing down on your strengths, focusing down on the good and the positive here at this time, which is wonderful here, because that's what the Five of Pentacles really wants us to do. It's a challenging card where you may feel left out in the cold, or you may feel like it's negative, but it's challenging you to really focus in on the positive if you're willing to do that. So that's great as well. And with Temperance here, Temperance is letting us know that you're in this kind of mode of being, experimental, willing to try different things, willing to try different paths, different ideas here. As you can see, the angel is mixing in the cups here. So they're willing to try some different things, some different combinations, some different mixtures of things to try and achieve what they're trying to achieve, right? Because ultimately this angel's heading up this path here with the sun in the distance, heading up what's called the path to glory, to the sun, which is the happiest card in the tarot deck. So you're heading towards that because you're willing to try different things. You're willing to experiment a bit here. So let us take a look at some clarifiers, and then we'll move into some challenges that might be facing you this week and see what's going on with that. All right. So we got the Lovers, nice, the Hermit, and the Six of Swords here. All right, Lovers and Hermit, those are Gemini and Virgo's cards respectively. So again, you may have those in your chart. And if you do, again, you're coming in a powerful way. Even though that's not the case, if that's not what's going on with you, if you don't have those in your chart, still really good cards, because the Lovers represents love, represents a soulmate connection, represents those kind of things in your life. So that's really good if you're looking for that. You're really looking for love at this time. Maybe that's what's on your mind, and I'm right there with you. Like, generally love is on a lot of people's minds for sure. So definitely if you're looking for that, this is a good sign, because it feels like you're growing. Maybe not necessarily that's what you're going after here. Maybe that's not necessarily your goals or what your ultimate end game is, but you're growing so that you're going to be willing to receive love here in the future, which is beautiful. With the Hermit here, the Hermit does talk about your goals and talks about your future, talks about your wishes, things you want to come true here. Definitely the Hermit focuses on that, right? He's climbed this up to this peak here, you can see, and he can see into the lands very clearly, which is quite appropriate with the Six of Swords here, because you can almost see here, it's almost as, I'm not sure if you can tell here, but there's like sort of the horizons are kind of matching up with each other, which is really interesting. Quite some synchronicity there, but it's almost as if you can see clearly like that. You may have had some tough times in the past with that Six of Swords, but you're heading towards some good times in the future here, right? Like you can see the path you need to take, right? You know the road. It's just a matter of how you're going to tackle it, right? So let us take a look here and see what we got for some potential challenges coming in for you this week here, Aries. Let's see what we got for you. We have got the Eight of Swords, we got the Queen of Cups, and we got the Ace of Cups here in your challenges. All right, with that Eight of Swords, you may need to put some restrictions on. You might need to be a little more disciplined this week than you normally are. So be careful, be wary of that. It may be a bit of a challenge for you. You may feel like we say with that Page of Wands back there, you may want to be a little loosey-goosey, a little, fun loving and stuff here. But the Eight of Swords really tells us you need to kind of hammer down a bit this week and really focus on getting work done rather than having fun and having a good time. With the Queen of Cups here as well, the Queen of Cups talks about your emotions, your empathy, your sympathy, your journey as well. It also talks about your intuition too. So with the Queen of Cups, you have to be very careful of that. Just keep that in mind. You might also be dealing with a water sign this week. So that could be Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. That might be that kind of a person. Maybe a woman. It's a general reading. It's just energy. So it could be any gender of a person, but maybe someone who's has a bit of authority, or somebody who's very good at sympathizing with you as well. You could be dealing with them this week. Maybe they're kind of tempting you to kind of, have fun and kind of blow the budget maybe, or do, some stuff that, you need to work hard on here. They might be encouraging you to kind of like do something for yourself, right? So just be wary of that. And with that Ace of Cups as well, you may feel a little overwhelmed this week, and maybe their words might, ring so true that you're like, oh, I should really, just do something for myself. Because you do feel potentially emotionally overwhelmed here at this time. So be wary of that. I feel like you need to put the restrictions on, though. I feel like you need to kind of play it cool here at this time. So let's get some clarifiers going here. Journey, if you'd be so kind as to let me do what I'm trying to do here, buddy. He's a challenge in my life. He's a constant, though. But I love him. So let's take a look at your challenge clarifiers here. You got the Magician, the Seven of Cups, yes. And we got the Two of Wands here. With the Magician, definitely could be like we're trying to manifest something, so you could be having trouble with that. And that is maybe why you're feeling a little overwhelmed, right? Is because you're trying to put the work in, you're trying to make something happen, your wishes, your dreams, all that good stuff. Look at you leaving hair everywhere. And you're trying to make that stuff happen. And that could be quite difficult, and that might be why you might feel more tempted, right? You might be tempted into doing something, right? It might feel like there's a lot of opportunities here in front of you with this Seven of Cups as well. A lot of opportunities for you to kind of, you may feel like you have more options than you actually think. You may feel like you have more options than you actually do have, because because with that Seven of Cups, it really talks about having a ton of options, but we're kind of restricted here with that Eight of Swords there, right? We're really restricted, like we're kind of bound. Like it's not as though we have as many options as we want to have, right? We might not actually really have all these opportunities. Like you might feel like, I can just do this later on because I'll have the opportunity later, but you don't actually have the opportunity later because something else is happening. So this might feel like you have a lot of choices, but you don't actually do. And with this Two of Wands as well here, we'll get them out there. The Two of Wands as well is really telling us that you should probably be focusing on stability and trying to broaden your horizons, right? We have a bit of that with Temperance back there, kind of mixing and matching. But you can see here with this guy, he's really focusing down on like one thing. There's like this giant map, but he's going over it with a magnifying glass. It's almost as if to say he's really focusing too much here. I'm not sure you can see that past his fluff here, but he is going at things here with this magnifying glass. Almost as if to say he's focusing too narrowly of a search, right? He should be kind of broadening his horizons, trying to find other solutions here rather than doing what he's doing here. So let's take a look at some outcome cards for you here, Aries. Before we do, thank you so much for being here. Hope this is helping you out. Hope this is resonating. If it is, you can hit that like button down below. Helps out the channel a ton. You can also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you really like what I do here, and that way you can find this channel a lot easier every week. So let's get into your outcome cards. We got the Three of Wands, the Seven of Wands, and the Page of Pentacles here. Yeah, the Three of Wands definitely telling us you need to be patient, right? Like it may feel like you're kind of getting a little overwhelmed or things aren't working out the way you want them to here. But the Three of Wands definitely tells us to be patient, wait, take your time. Don't rush into things here. Don't do anything rash, right? With the Seven of Wands there as well, Seven of Wands talks about us being, defending our position, right? Defending this idea, this dream you're trying to go for. Try to defend it as best you can here, right? And sometimes a best way to defend it is by being patient, right? not taking action, not trying to upset the status quo, right? We're talking about stability back here with that Two of Wands as well. You know, try to keep things stable here. Maybe you just need to be patient and just kind of hold for now rather than trying to move forward, right? You can see with these two characters, they're both just waiting. They're just kind of staying there. One's waiting in one spot and the other one's defending a spot here. So I feel like that really has to be, you have to kind of just hold pat here for now. Maybe now's not the time for advancement, you know, because we don't necessarily get to always advance what we want every time, right? And with this Page of Pentacles, take this time to gather information. Take this time to plan for the future when you can actually start making progress, all right? So let's take a look at some outcome clarifiers and we'll get into your oracle message to wrap this reading up, all right? Let's see what we got here. Journey, you big lovable boy, how are you doing? He's like, I'll be doing a lot better if you give me some treats. Got that Three of Wands again, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Chariot here. Nice. The Three of Wands, again, talking about that patience, right? Talking about just, you know, being patient, taking your time, wait, right? Like this guy wants to get to his destination as quickly as possible, but it's going to take as long as it takes, right? This guy's waiting for the goods to come in that this guy's bringing. It's going to take as long as it takes. You got to be patient. The Ace of Pentacles is being held by the Page of Pentacles here. So again, I feel like you've got this real opportunity here for some significant growth, for something to develop here. You just got to be patient, you know? Things take time to happen organically, right? I've encountered people that in my life were very impatient and very much want to just go and want things to happen. I remember a friend of mine dated this girl, and within the first week of them dating each other, she told him that she loved him and then was really mad at him when he didn't, like, you know, reciprocate, right? Like, because he's like, oh, I don't feel that way about you, right? Like he didn't love her, like he didn't love her yet, right? Like eventually, you know, maybe he was going to, the relationship ended before that, but she was constantly on him, like, why haven't you said it back to me, right? And it's like, he's like, I just don't feel that way and I'm not going to lie to you, right? And that's sort of her just being impatient because of that. And that might be the case with you. You just need to be patient. Things will develop organically. But I feel like once things start going, they are going to move along quite quickly here with the Chariot, because the Chariot is the fastest card in the deck. So things moving along very, very quickly here. The Chariot is also Cancer's card, and we were talking about a bit of that with the Queen of Cups as well, saying that that is one of the signs that the Queen of Cups represents is Cancer. So you might be dealing with a Cancer this week, or you may have Cancer in your chart as well. But yeah, just moving along very quickly here with the Chariot, moving along in a hurry, really going forward with success, with intentions in mind of controlling what you can control and trying to make the best of it. So I think that's super beautiful. So we're going to take a look at your oracle message here, wrap everything up here for you, see what we got. If Journey will be so kind to us, they'll let it happen here. Let's see what we got for you here, Aries, all right? You got the Canary Spirit, Sing Your Own Song, number 12. Let's take a look, see what we can find here for you. Here we are. The Canary Spirit arrives to help you find your authentic voice and express what is in your heart. Free yourself to experience your inner light and let it shine as the Canary Spirit sings to remind you of your inherent joy and support you as you sing your own song. Now is the time to let the world know who you really are. The Canary Spirit's message is that you are free to be yourself and express your most cherished desires. The world wants to hear your song. If your inquiry is about a relationship, you're being called to be fully. If your inquiry is about a relationship, you're being called to fully be yourself, for only then will you find harmony and joy. You can make music with others so beautiful when your notes ring true. And that's nice, because we were talking a bit like this could be a love message for some of you back there with the lovers, of course, back there. And really, this is just saying, be yourself, right? With the Canary Spirit. Sing your own song, just be you, right? You can't force this to happen. Either someone's going to love you for being you or someone's not, right? And that's really a beautiful message, because I feel like too many people kind of come on and they don't want to be not themselves. They want to show like, they got to put up a show or an act to kind of reel somebody in because they're afraid if they're themselves, that's going to scare people off. But I think it's something really beautiful and honest and brave, I feel, about people who are just themselves, trying to, bring somebody in, because at the end of the day, if you're not ashamed of who you are, then you're going to find someone who's not ashamed to be with you as well, right? And that's kind of something there. I feel like if you try to force it, you try to make it something else. Like I was kind of talking about with my friend there, where, the girl he was dating was trying to force, like, I love you, like trying to force him to love her right away instead of like letting it naturally happen. It really put him off, right? It really told him like, no, I don't want to be with you because you're not willing to let things happen organically. You're not willing to let things, kind of take their course and see what happens, right? You're kind of afraid that if, he gets to see the real you beforehand, then that will kind of scare him off, right? And rather than like, oh, well, now you see who the real me is with me now, and you already said you love me, so ha ha ha, I've got you. And that's not going to work either, right? Because then they're going to see, oh, well, this is how you really are. Well, I'm taking off too. So just be yourself, and don't be ashamed of yourself either, because you're beautiful, Aries. So that's what I got for you. Hope that resonated with you. Hope that helped you out. If you want to help out the channel, hit that like button down below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And you can check out your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign videos too after this one. And I'll see you next time.